All right, good news. Weekly back at you, and we're going to go in the deep end now.
It's a serious
So
one.
we're hitting that Valentine's Day kind of phase of the year, and you and I were not in the
Newly
new
married.
romance. Newly married? No.
Nope, it's not us.
Kristen and I are about to hit 15 years.
We just made 15, be 16 this year.
And I think that sometimes people kind of bring the expectations from the beginning into this part, which I hope by God's grace is like maybe the beginning of the middle.
Yeah, right.
And when you got kids and you got life and you got work and you got extended family and all these things,
Yes.
sometimes it just gets a little distant or cold
Yes.
or stale.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what are some things that you've learned, Johnny? I know you have a great marriage. You've worked real hard at it.
Yeah.
What are some things that you've learned about how to just get that flame relit across the board when you just kind of realize, man, it's just getting a little iffy?
You just got to prioritize your marriage. You have to prioritize that time. You can work, you can do all these other things, church, whatever, right? But you got to prioritize that time. So if that means some weekend getaways, that means date nights, that means just having conversation and just not letting the time go by too long when you guys haven't, had that one-on-one time. And I think that's been key for my marriage and just having conversation.
I think Kristen and I have learned over time that you got to do things that remind you of what you really like about the person.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Kristen likes about me that I'm like, go with the flow and really kind of can just like figure it out. And I'm good for an adventure.
Yes.
And I'm like, right now, I don't know, as we're filming this, I have no idea where my wallet is. She doesn't like that part of me as much.
Right.
It's reasonable.
That's reasonable.
So sometimes we just got to like say, let's go on an adventure.
Yeah.
And it's like, she remembers, I love this part of him.
Right.
For me, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this very PG rated here, but I love a lot of things about Kristen.
Okay.
But one of the things that I appreciate about her the most is how dedicated she is.
Yes.
She is like, she does everything that the Lord puts in her hands to her fullest and most intense.
That's good.
So because of that, sometimes our like chill time gets to the end of the day.
Yeah, same here, yeah.
So for us, we've learned if we're gonna have like some real good time together, that's gonna really like encourage us and bless us, that's gotta happen first thing.
Yeah.
Because once she starts on that list,
She's gone.
and my life is blessed every day that she's like that.
Yes, come on.
But sometimes it's like, hey, I want to go to bed, and she's still like doing all
Yeah.
kinds of things. And so I guess what I'm getting at is you have to remember what you like the most about the person to kind of rekindle that fire.
And also
not focus on the negative.
Yeah, and not to make this long-winded or a longer episode, but I think it's fair to
come
talk about it. But I think also giving that person time to open up and to vent, especially for ladies.
Yeah.
And my wife needs that time to just kind of unload in the sense of like what happened today and what's going on with her mind and her thoughts and her emotions. And that's the part she loves about me, that I can take all of that in. And then, and I give her the same energy back. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of marriages, go a different route when they stop doing that, when they stop communicating about the real things, like how you really feel, not just the fake, the stuff we put on when we go to work every day, but just how you really, really feel. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, to build on that, it's really easy to disappear into the kids.
yeah, yes,
My
absolutely.
boys are at an age now where we go out sometimes and they're playing basketball and all these tournaments. We spend the whole day together and we have a lot of time and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
But if at the end of it, I got no time for number one,
That's right.
and so many marriages these days fail because kids are at the top.
That's right.
So many marriages fail because work is at the top. So many marriages fail, I'm going to say it, because going and getting busy at church gets in front of that person.
That's right.
And so if you want it to be strong, you can't say, hey, like, it's Valentine's Day, let's go on an expensive date. Well, that's great.
Yeah, but
if you've done nothing to like sew into the thing,
Right.
it's not going to be anything that you want it to be. So
Exactly.
we probably should have had our wives shoot this
Probably should
episode.
have. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get them to do a rebuttal one.
Yeah.
But man, we're so glad. I hope this has been encouragement to you. Leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.
This is good news.